For years, Americans have been told the same thing. Work, put some money in your 401k, get the company match, and eventually you'll have enough money to retire. But I have a question. Enough according to who? Because groceries cost more, insurance costs more, property taxes cost more, healthcare costs more, and depending on where you live, simply keeping a roof over your head can cost more. So this weekend's Money Minutes question is simple. Are Americans actually saving enough in their 401k to retire comfortably? And maybe the bigger question is, what's the magic number today? Let's look at the numbers. Vanguard's How America Saves 2025 report found that the average retirement account balance among its participants was approximately $148,000. That doesn't sound terrible until you look at the median. The median was only about $38,000. That's a huge difference. Why? Because people with million-dollar retirement accounts pull the average higher. The median tells us something much closer to what the person in the middle actually has. And nearly 3 out of every 10 participants had less than $10,000 saved. Now here's another number. The Federal Reserve found that only about 35% of Americans who aren't retired believe their retirement savings are actually on track. Think about what that means. Roughly 2/3 of non-retired Americans either don't believe they're on track or aren't sure. This isn't just everybody wants me to give them one number. $500,000, $750,000, $1 million, $1.5 million. Here's the problem. There isn't one magic number. There's a magic formula. Let's say you want approximately $60,000 a year to live on in retirement, and Social Security provides $25,000 of that. Your retirement savings need to produce roughly another $35,000 every. Using the traditional 4% withdrawal guideline, $35,000 divided by 0.04 equals approximately $875,000. Now change the lifestyle. Suppose you need $80,000 a year. Social Security provides $30,000. Your investments need to produce $50,000. $50,000 divided by 0.04 equals $1.25 million. That's why Here's where people get fooled. When we hear, I retired with $1 million. That sounds rich, but retirement isn't about how impressive your account looks. It's about the income that account can produce. Using a 4% starting withdrawal as a simple example, $500,000 equals roughly $20,000 per year. $750,000 equals roughly $30,000 per year. $1 million equals roughly $40,000. $1.5 million equals roughly $60,000 per year. $2 million equals roughly $80,000 per year. And that's before considering taxes, healthcare, emergencies, and what inflation could do over a 20 or 30-year retirement. So stop looking at $1 million like it's unlimited money. Start looking at it like this. $1 million may be a machine capable of producing roughly $40,000 of first-year retirement. Here's another way to check yourself. Fidelity gives a simple guideline. By 30, approximately 1 times your annual salary saved. By 40, approximately 3 times. By 50, approximately 6 times. By 60, approximately 8 times. And by 67, approximately 10 times your annual salary. So if you're 50 years old making $70,000, that guideline would put you around $420,000. If you're 60 making $70,000, around $560,000. And by 67, approximately $700,000. These aren't commandments, they're checkpoints. Because somebody with a paid-off house in rural Georgia living on $45,000 a year doesn't necessarily need the same retirement portfolio as somebody paying $3,000 a month for housing and spending $100,000 a year. Retirement isn't about keeping up with somebody else's number. It's about funding your number. So here's your Money Minutes homework this weekend. Don't ask, how much is in my 401k? Ask yourself 4 questions. How much will I need every month when I retire? How much will Social Security realistically cover? Will my house be paid off? And how much does my retirement account need to produce every year to cover the difference? Because retirement isn't an age. Retirement isn't 65. Retirement isn't 67. And retirement definitely isn't just getting a gold watch and walking away from your job. Retirement is a financial position. You can be 67 years old and financially unable to retire. Or you can build enough assets and income that working becomes a choice. That's the goal. And if you're 45, 50, 55, or even 60, and these numbers made you uncomfortable, good. Because finding out today gives you something that finding out at retirement doesn't. Time to do something about it. This is Money Minutes. Don't just save for retirement. Know what your retirement is actually going to cost.